All right, we're cutting across to big breaking news coming in, and this is a big development as far as the Gorkhaland demand is concerned, because we understand that the Chief Secretary of the MHA has now written to his counterpart in West Bengal for initiating tripartite talks. Now, this will involve the centre, the state government, as well as the GJM top brass. And now, of course, we'll have to wait and watch to see how the Bengal government chooses to respond. But the centre has made its move now, and they have sought for tripartite talks to take place between the state government led by Mamata Banerjee as well as the GJM. Now, the GJM top brass essentially will mean that Bimal Gurung could be brought in for these talks to take place. But this will be a big win also for GJM as well as those agitators in Darjeeling, even as the centre has sought for some sort of talks to really breach the tension that we witnessed in Darjeeling over the last few weeks as well. Now, this could also trigger a fresh round of confrontation between the centre and Mamata government, because keep in mind the West Bengal government has been rather harsh on its stand on the GJM, especially on the GJM top brass, because we have to keep in mind that the state government has already issued a lookout notice for Bimal Gurung, who heads the GJM. So we'll have to see if the state government will take a step back, or will they actually push forth saying that there cannot be any talks with the GJM at this point. The centre has made its move, saying very clearly there needs to be a talk, including the state government, including the GJM, to really resolve the crisis that we're witnessing in Darjeeling. But will the Mamata government take a step back as far as their stand on talks with the GJM is concerned? Let's go across to Ritik, who's joining us. Sakal Bhatt joins us on this broadcast with more details. Sakal, it's over to you. Give us a sense of what's expected now, because we're seeing the centre taking a step forward to ensure that the crisis dissolves. But having said that, the state government stand on this issue is very different.
Absolutely. Rightly put, Akshata. Now, why this is important? Because there is this the communication that has transpired between the Home Secretary from MHA and the State Home Secretary of the Mamata Banerjee's government. And this time it is crucial because the centre perhaps has made it stand very clear that only Bimal Gurung-led GJM faction will be holding the dialogue. Remember, in the last 2 months, GJM has been in news for more than one reason. There's the split wide open. GJM is divided into two rebel groups, and Mamata Banerjee has chosen to give more legitimacy to the other rebel faction, which is led by Mamata, whereas the centre has made it stand very, very clear that since Bimal Gurung is nobody knows where he is, and state has already issued a lookout notice for him. So any representative from the Bimal Gurung faction have to come forward and participate in the tripartite talks, which will obviously include a representative from the centre as well as state. Now, what is also interesting to note here is that Mamata Banerjee has been very reluctant in the past also as far as the initiation of the tripartite level format talk is considered. She said, the GGM says that there is a double standard whenever she comes forward to on media when to make her stand clear. She says she is willing for a dialogue, not a tripartite dialogue, but a dialogue with GJM, and that too only led by Binay Tamang. And Binay Tamang is somebody the centre refuses to lend legitimacy to. Well, how is it really going to really pan out from here? Is it going to once again pan out as another round of escalation between Gorkhaland Mukti Morcha as well as Mamata Banerjee? Centre has also said, in fact, Akshata, that it was Bimal Gurung's faction who, on the request or insistence by the Home Minister, they actually withdrew that 3-month-long strike in Darjeeling. Remember, the agitations, in fact, took ugly turns. There were many deaths, etc., and serious charges on Mamata Banerjee-led government as far as custodial torture death is considered. So, we'll have to wait and watch what is the position that Mamata Banerjee is now going to take on this, and what are the dates that they really freeze upon as far as
we'll closely track that for the government's reaction. For the moment, Sakal, thanks for joining us with those developments.
मैंने कहीं भी प्रोटेक्शन की मांग नहीं की, पर मुझे प्रोटेक्शन मिला गया है बिना मांग के। मेरा जब समाज, मेरा कौम, मेरे दोस्त, मेरे भाई सब एक साथ है, फिर उन लोगों को क्या दिक्कत है कुछ लोगों को।